Diana, are you there? Diana, are you there?
There she is. Hello, Peggy.
Yo. How are you?
How have you been? I'm good. How about you?
Yo.
Good. Good.
Glad
Good
you're
to see you.
there.
I know. I was hiding. I went to the door to see if Jamie was coming, but
Oh.
I didn't see. I thought I saw her car.
Oh, gotcha.
She went to hair appointment, and I don't think she's gonna make it.
Oh.
So anyway, so today we need the usual: the blanket, a block, a bolster, whatever you have. But mainly we're gonna use the blanket,
Okay.
and maybe the block. So nothing too crazy. But we will do the psoas.
I like that.
And a lot of kidney and adrenal stuff.
Oh, I like that.
So we can fight that adrenal fatigue.
I don't have adrenal glands that function. I have Addison's disease, so I take medication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you have to take for that?
Isn't that impressive? Hydrocortisone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, you probably get plenty. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead, and the music sounds good here. So we're gonna start right away with our big muscle psoas and hip flexors. So we're gonna get this energy to flow, because the month of August, it's about flow. How do we get in the flow? And we can get in the flow in many different ways. And the flow means just to be flowing with life, with the currents of life, not fighting, not resisting, not making things happen. So we just mainly allow, and we let ourselves be led, and so forth. So it can become really easy when we do that. So we're going to start on our knees, and let's do some cat-cows to open up the spine, to activate a little energy. So let's go ahead, very gentle and smooth movement. Inhale, head and tailbone up, and exhale, curl the toes under, bring the tailbone down and around your back. And then release the toes to the floor and come up into the cow face. So we're gonna activate the toes in this one as well. Exhale, curl the toes, drop the head down, navel to spine, around your back. And inhale, drop the feet to the floor, and then start to lift the head and chest and open. Exhale, toes go under, so we get an opportunity to stretch the toes. And inhale one more time. Stay up here, look up between the eyebrows. And as you need to exhale, drop the toes and round inwards, chin towards the chest, around the back. Tailbone tucked under, and hold here. Good. And when you're ready, come into neutral. And we'll step the right foot forward. And bring your blanket maybe under the left knee. So you have some nice cushioning here. And find your posture here. Maybe you need your block under your hands. Resting on that block. We're allowing this left side to open in the front. Taking some long, deep breaths, releasing this area that tends to be tense and tight and constricted due to a 90-degree posture we have to create at the hips when we sit. So basically, we cut off the circulation to the lower legs when we sit at 90 degrees. So it's very important to open this area. Connect with the breath and notice that maybe you can lengthen the inhales. And then have a pause as long as the inhale, maybe 4 counts on the inhale, 4 counts pause. And exhale for 6. Now let's bring the right foot out to the edge of the mat and open the knee to the side. All right, let's release that. Bring that foot back in and come on up. Now we're gonna sink back towards the hips, getting this right leg to stretch in the back to allow the hamstrings to release and the low back. So hands can be on your blocks or on the floor. All right, let's transition into the sleeping pigeon on this side. So put your right foot across the mat and drop your body forward. So lengthen that left leg, align the ankle with the foot and the leg. Maybe your right heel rests against your left hip flexor if it's in that position. That will give it a nice massage. Now, for the rest of the time, we're gonna walk the hands to the right edge of the mat to open the left side of the more. Observe the body here and how it responds to the posture itself and then to the breath. If you feel any blockages in the breath flow, back off, a little bit. So you allow the breath to flow easily and naturally into the body. And to create more space, hold that inhale. Have that pause. And then exhale any tension, any stress, any negative emotions. Releasing that stagnant energy from the body, creating room, sometimes fresh, vibrant energy. And now let's come back into center and bend that left knee so the foot will drop towards your glutes. Just feel that, let the gravity pull a little bit. Just take some time here. And go ahead and release that leg down and coming up from this pose. Press into the hands, lift off and step that right foot back. This time we're gonna bring the left foot to the front and allow this right side to open. Notice if there's any differences between the two sides. And allow those differences to be okay. Our bodies are a little bit different one side from the other, depending on our postures throughout life and the usage of the one part comparing to the other. Could be repetitive work injuries or any other injuries. Just allow those to be okay. And be kind to your body and allow this energy to flow. Remember the psoas, it's a very long muscle connecting from the third thoracic vertebrae all the way to the knee. And it holds a lot of emotions that we collect throughout life. So it's going to be a deep release. And walk the foot to the side and step into the edge of that left foot to open up the inner left groin, activating the spleen meridian. Work with the breath now. And feel every little muscle fiber, tendon, cartilage, all the way to the level of the bone, releasing deeply in the front of this hip. Any stagnation, any cluttered energy, any emotions, anything that doesn't serve you. Let's allow them to flow out of the body through the out breath. And you can notice that this inner cartilage, this inner fiber from almost the inside of the hip goes down the inside of the leg, and it's going to go down into the sole of the foot. So you can even, if it's really tight, it can give you a cramp in the foot when you work with this front area. So you're going to feel how everything is connected in the body. All right, let's go ahead and release that. And we'll transition to the left leg, getting the stretch in that hamstring and the sciatic nerve pathway, the life nerve stretch. So we're gonna lean back onto our hips and get the hands on each side of the foot or on the block. And notice what pulls first, what is the deepest sensation, and just follow that. Be curious like a child, trying to find the root of this situation. Where does this come from? Where is the root? Where is the beginning? And where does it flow to? Just getting curious about the inner workings of our body, to be more present, more aware of what's going on inside. We always seem to know everything and too much about the world outside of us. It's not always beneficial to our body, mind, spirit, emotional system. So we need to draw within through the practice of yoga, meditation, contemplation, walks in nature, planting, taking care of your plants and flowers, sewing, knitting, washing the dishes. Anything can become a mindful meditation if you do it with your awareness, your full presence, and with love and gratitude. Because when you resent something, we don't make it go away, we make it get worse in our own body. So let's be joyful when we walk, when we dance, but also when we wash dishes and do laundry, take care of things we need to take care of that may be mundane, but also important. It just depends on how we see them and what relevance we give them to our existence. Taking the time to be with ourselves, away from the world. Give yourself space for self-care. It's loving yourself. It's giving back to you. Recharging, reconnecting, coming back home. All right. And let's go ahead and transition to sleeping pigeon. Bring the foot to the right edge of the mat and drop your body forward over that bent knee. And find your way down. Stretch and lengthen the leg behind you. Align everything. Deepen the breaths, fill up the lungs, expand the rib cage. Hold that breath in. And exhale. Longer exhales are releasing more tension, more stress. Whatever we don't need in the body can be released through the breaths. And we need to use the breath as a tool to energize the body, the mind, but also to release. Because that's the purpose of the breath. It's coming and going all the time. It's in and out. So we take in fresh new energy. We breathe out old energy, not only the non-oxygenated breaths that's been already used, but also anything that doesn't serve us. And as we breathe and are aware of the breath, we realize that the breath is actually the bridge between the body and the mind. As we breathe in, we become aware, present, alert in the body, in the present moment. If we don't pay attention, the breath is still there, but we lose the awareness, we lose the connection. We lose the opportunity to be dwelling in our present moment, in our own body and experience of this one fleeting moment that will never come back again. And now let's open up a little bit. Walk your hands to the left, opening up the right side of the body. From that hip to the armpit. Just breathing into this right side of the lung, the 3 lobes of the right lung. Increasing the energy flow in the side body. That's usually very hidden, very compressed, and not so open. So we are allowing this area to activate, to release, to decompress, to come back to life. And we'll inhale and come back to center. Stabilize yourself here and bend the right knee, allowing the foot to come towards you a little bit. Just feeling the gravity take effect. Allowing the energy to flow from the ankle to the knee, releasing anything not useful down into the earth. You may choose to point and flex the foot or circle the ankle. Anything that feels good. And let's go ahead and release that. Press into the hands. Lift up a little bit. Lift up more and bring the left leg back. Now bring your blanket to the front. We're gonna put it under our elbows to create a Sphinx pose. So drop the hips to the floor, elbows underneath the shoulders, palms are down. Extend the right leg, walk it back, and then the left, stretch it long, and lift out of the heart. Just open the chest here. Keep your head neutral. Allow the hips to sink into the earth, touching the ground with the knees, maybe the hip flexors, the bony area of the front of the hip, the belly. So breathe deeply into the belly. You can imagine the belly button. It's an open area through which you can breathe energy from the earth. Fill yourself up with this grounding energy of Mother Earth, loving, accepting, and compassionate. Just like a mother that supports us all. And drawing that energy up into the chest and heart. And bring it up to the throat and neck, into the chakra of the neck. And connect it up to the eyebrow points. Increasing our intuition, our concentration, inspiration. And then start again with the next breath. Infuse the belly button of security, loving, kind, supportive energy, grounding energy. Bring it up your body so you can feel fully grounded, aware, alert, deeply positioned into your existence, feeling steady, steadfast, in control of your body, mind, system, emotions. So we realize that is actually the only one thing that we can be in control of. We cannot control the weather. We cannot control the events outside of us. We cannot control what people think or say about us. We cannot control what others do. We just have this to take care of. Our own persona, our existence. And when we do that, everything around us will flow, will come into place. And everything will find an ease and a flow. And life becomes easy and beautiful. And also we become mature and recognize that we cannot be happy and free of pain in this life. We have the body, and the body is gonna imply this and that and the other. It's not always gonna be feeling great. And also we're not always supposed to be happy, because we only can be maybe 50% of the time happy, and that's okay. Because we also have unpleasantness in life. We have pain, suffering, we have happiness, joy, but they are facets of the same coin. We need to realize we cannot have one without the other. So without sadness, we don't know how joy feels like. We have no comparison. Without night, we don't know how daylight looks like because there's no difference. You'll be always night. So we need both in order to have an experienced life in this universe that we live in that is dualistic in nature. I don't know about other systems or universes, but I just know this one, and I am also trying my own existence to be okay with change, with coming and going. We never really arrive anywhere, we just experience and learn and grow and enjoy the journey of life. It's not about the final destination, it's about the steps we take to get there. And to enjoy and smell the flowers along the way. All right, let's release that. Press into the hands, lift up a bit, and go back to a child's pose for a moment. Let that spine release for a second. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Exhale, let it go through the open mouth. Good. Now we'll transition to a dragonfly pose. If you want to lift your tush a little bit, you can put your blanket underneath. Maybe roll it one more time to lift up your sit bones. And we will extend the right leg out. And left foot comes in. Just as much as you're able. You're gonna exhale, stretch the arms forward. And maybe here you do need your block to rest your hands on. So open the leg to the side, not straight forward. Opening up as much as you can. Get the sit bones on the blanket. You're on the floor. And then start to exhale and come forward. Now we're gonna allow the kidneys and adrenals to open. The right hamstring and sciatic nerve to activate. The whole spine to lengthen. The cervical vertebrae to release. Shoulders also releasing down, relaxing. Acknowledge your face, relax your facial muscles. Muscles of expression, of mastication. The smile muscles, the frowning muscles, all of the muscles. Just maybe scratch up your face first so you get that out of the way and then feel how you can actually relax. Because sometimes when we're so tense, we cannot say, oh, just relax. So we have to increase that tension to the maximum. Maybe make a fist to really feel how that intense tension feels. And then you're gonna feel the relaxation flowing in naturally. So that's same with the face, any body part. You can scrunch it up real good. And then release it and you feel the difference. All right. And just be there and observe. What are the messages from these areas we are working on right now? What catches your attention first? What comes to surface? What experience, what emotion comes up? Or a memory, a sensation that reminds you of something in the past. See it and let it go. Because all these emotions that we have not been able to process are like little children. They want to come and be acknowledged and be seen just for a brief second, and then they go merry on their way. So let's observe this process. Notice what comes up for you. see it, be with it for a brief moment, even if it's not pleasant. And then you will lose its power, it will just dissipate. So we can apply this process on and on with whatever comes up to the surface, bubbles up. Because we want to process it in a way that is beneficial to us and kind to us and to others. So if we don't process it this way, it stays suppressed in the body and will come up when we are cornered, when we are triggered by other people or events or circumstances. And it may not be very pleasant that way. Inhale and gently come on up. And we'll switch legs. Left leg goes out now. Right knee bent, foot into the inner thigh. And see how you feel here and how much forward you want to go. So open the leg to the side first. Reconnect with the breath and drop down inside of you. There's a lot more to learn about the inner realm than it is of the outer realm. There's a small internal universe that is similar to the universe outside of us, out in the constellations. It's a mini universe. So let's learn and dive deep into our inner selves to find out what we are about, what's going on inside. If we look at the cell that has energy in it, is a neutron, protons, and electrons. In the center of it, it's like the center of the universe. And then you have the planets around it. And then you have the outer electrons and the outer layer. So it is like at the cellular level, we are similar copies. We are copies of the universe. Now let's inhale, walk the hands in. Come on up slowly. We'll transition into a melting heart pose. So we will have our knees and hips aligned. Drop the elbows to the floor under your shoulders and start to drop. Allow the chest to drop towards the floor. So we're keeping the hips high so the middle of the back can sway and the heart and chest can relax towards the floor. So stay here and allow this release to happen. Creating a deep valley between the shoulder blades. V-shaped valley. Allow the belly to be soft, the chest relaxed, heart melting into the earth. Soften through the face, through the forehead and temples. And flow this energy in the body, breathing in from the tailbone to the crown, then from the crown to the tailbone in the front of the body. Inhale up your back from tailbone to crown. Exhale, crown to tailbone. Connecting the breath in this heavenly circuit. There's been a study done in the 60s where this scientists, biologists studied all kinds of eggs of different animals, quail eggs, serpent eggs, chicken eggs. And no matter how many of them he researched and studied, there's always a positive charge at the bottom of the egg and a negative at the top. Then he realized that it's the same in our body. At the tailbone, at the base of the sacrum, we have positive energy, positive charge, and the head is negative. So we are electromagnetic in ourselves. That's why we like to be grounding into the earth, but we also like to connect with the sky so we can have these energies balanced. So when we breathe through the chakras this way, from tailbone to crown, we activate the positivity of the tailbone as we sit down into the earth. And as the crown extends to the sky, we charge that negative part. So we can always be balanced. If we would have negative, the tailbone will be flip-flopping the other way and we'll have our head down and our tailbone up. But that's not the case. Because the earth also has electromagnetic field, and positive it's at the bottom, negative it's at the top. So we have to follow that same pattern. All right, let's transition from this one to our back. For the last pose, we will roll our blanket nicely. To create a roll. And we'll put it under our arms. We'll lay back. So the arms come on top of the little blanket. And the chest opens. It's a supported fish pose. Extend the legs out and keep them open to the edges of the mat. And arms will float down on the floor on the top of your blankets. Palms are up to receive energy or down if you need more grounding. If we need to charge up with negative energy from the sky and the heaven, it's not negative in a bad way, but it's negative charge, it's receiving, then we allow the palms to be open up. If we need to ground ourselves into the earth, then we turn the palms down. Just see what your body needs right now. Just find out which feels more natural right now. Your body, your intuition, your wisdom, you will know. Your body always knows what you need in every single moment. There's a wisdom, an internal wisdom and intuition in our own body. But the thing is that we always dismiss it and we go into the head and do and overdo and strive and achieve and demand and judge and all that stuff. And then we get astray for our own business, our own body, our own intuition and inspiration. So we choose to come back home now, into our open hearts, into the dwelling of our soul. Reconnecting deep inside with the truth of who we are, the pure essence, the true you. With no fear to lose, no need to compete or to lead. Just enjoying being, enjoying life. And enjoying mostly the flow of life. We acknowledge the aliveness, the flow of prana in our own body as we lay here. From your big toe to the crown of the head, there's always energy flowing in the meridians. There's life force, prana or qi. Beneath all the other systems, there's meridians and radiant circuits. That are beyond and beneath the circulatory system and the nervous system. They are the most primitive circuits in the body. They're always there, but they get dismissed and not used. They get dormant, and then our aliveness goes away. As we take time to be with ourselves, they get to come back to surface. We allow them the time and the space to do so. Now bring the knees to a bend and bring the feet to the edges of the mat. And let's do some windshield wipers, dropping the knees to the left and right. Maybe you need to get a blanket out from underneath you. That may feel better for your body. So slide that out if you need to. So we're gonna need it out for Shavasana anyway. So allow that body now to drop all into the earth. And keep your feet to the edge of the mat and allow the knees to join. And we'll bring the right hand to the middle of the chest and the left hand on the belly. And breathe into yourself here. Feel in this container that is including a lung and a heart. Recharging your energy system. Filling up the lungs with prana, filling up the heart with energy of love. Filling up the chambers of the heart with this bright, light, vibrant energy. It has so much power and is so fulfilling. Filling in all 4 chambers. 2 atria at the top, ventricles at the bottom. Golden light flowing into your heart like a golden stream that never stops. And with each breath, you increase the flow. You increase the power of this energy. You increase the love it holds. And you expand it out throughout your whole chest. Throughout your whole body. Through the whole room. In town. City. Country. Continents. In the whole planet Earth. Expand, expand, and grow. There's no limit to how far you can expand. Equally to the back, to the front, and to the sides, below and above. In all 6 directions, you are expanding. A circle of light, a circle of energy, a vibration. Enjoy this expansion, feeling your body and your energy infinite, ever growing, ever expanding, ever changing. And expand out into the universe. Imagine traveling through the galaxies. A circle of light, a sphere of golden light energy. So complete, so full, so alive, so real. And as you traveled through the system and galaxies, you gathered some more energy. And you come back into your body and store it here. Release the hands from your heart and belly. Bring them up overhead as you inhale. Stretch the legs. Bring them up as you inhale. Point and flex the feet. And then shake the legs. Let that be a gentle release of the thigh muscles. Letting go of any cramping, any stagnation in the legs. Okay, bring the knees to the chest, chin to the chest, lengthen the whole spine, rock side to side. And turn to the right. Come on up when you are ready. Sit in your center. Feel your energy, feel your body, your mind, spirit, emotions, everything aligned, balanced. Saluting each other with a prayer of respect. Namaste. So I do want to say the announcement for the yoga festival in Augusta, for those of you that are watching online later. There's a Yoga Bliss Festival coming in Augusta, Missouri on the weekend of the 11th through the 14th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, half of Thursday as well, with beautiful teachers and practitioners from Sedona and locally, about 16 of us. And I'll be leading a class on Saturday at 5 before the Bhakti Fest, or Ananda Das that comes from Sedona that has a beautiful voice, and he's going to lead us into opening our heart and our energies in a beautiful way. So hopefully some of you can join. Yeah, August 11th to 14th in Augusta, August in Augusta. I have a flyer for it. If you want, I can send you a picture of it, or a link actually.
Okay, good.
It is on the Halcyon Spa, which is a spa in Augusta. It's on their website.
Okay.
All right, my dears.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm glad you're there. Take care, Peggy.
You too.